A quantum jump is often used in spiritual and personal development circles as a metaphor to describe a profound shift or transformation in one's life, consciousness, or reality. It is inspired by the concept of quantum physics, where particles like electrons can jump between energy states without passing through intermediate states. While in the physical world, this concept applies to subatomic particles, in a more abstract personal sense. A quantum jump signifies a leap in understanding, perspective, or experiences, often leading to profound changes in one's life. Here's a more detailed breakdown of the idea of a quantum jump in various aspects. Breaking through. Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are self-imposed barriers that shape how we view ourselves, our abilities, and what we believe is possible for our lives. These beliefs are often unconscious and can arise from childhood experiences, cultural conditioning, past failures, or even fear of the unknown. They act like invisible chains that prevent us from reaching our full potential. What are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are thoughts and perceptions that keep us from moving forward, growing, or achieving success. Examples of limiting beliefs might include, I'm not good enough. I can't succeed in this field. People like me don't get opportunities like that. I don't deserve happiness or success. These beliefs, even if not true, govern our actions and decisions. When we deeply believe in them, we may self-sabotage or shy away from pursuing our goals. How do you break through these limiting beliefs? A quantum jump in personal growth often involves becoming aware of these limiting beliefs and consciously working to break free from them. Here's how this process can unfold. Awareness. The first step is recognizing that you have limiting beliefs. Often you may not even be aware that your actions are being driven by them. For example, if you consistently fail to take on challenges or opportunities because you think you aren't capable, this is a sign that limiting beliefs are in play. A quantum jump occurs when you have an aha moment, a realization that the beliefs you've held aren't necessarily true. You might notice that someone with similar qualities or background has achieved success, and that can trigger the realization that you can do it too. Reframing. Once you recognize these beliefs, you can begin to challenge and reframe them. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, you can start thinking, I am capable of learning and growing. This shift in thinking helps you align with the reality you want to create. Action. Breaking through. Limiting beliefs also involves taking action despite your fears or doubts. For example, if you believe you're not capable of public speaking but suddenly feel a push to give a presentation, this can be a quantum jump moment. You may feel scared, but you choose to act anyway, and through that action, you discover that you're much more capable than you believed. Each step forward strengthens your confidence and weakens the old limiting belief. Self-compassion and patience. Changing limiting beliefs takes time, and you might not notice the shift immediately. You need to be patient and compassionate with yourself as you transform. Celebrate small wins along the way as they contribute to the bigger shift. Real life. Example of breaking through limiting beliefs. Imagine you've always believed that success in business is for other people, and that you're not capable of being a successful entrepreneur. You might have this belief because of your upbringing, where money and business success were always seen as out of reach. However, one day you read a story of someone from a similar background who started a business and became successful. This story sparks something within you, and you begin to realize that if they can do it, so can you. This realization is the start of your quantum jump. You no longer let the belief, I can't do it, hold you back. Instead, you start taking small steps towards starting your own business, perhaps by learning about entrepreneurship, networking with others in the field, or taking a course. The more you move forward, the more confident you become, and the belief that success is out of reach fades. Expansion of consciousness. Expansion of consciousness refers to a shift in awareness where you experience a deeper understanding of yourself, the world around you, and your connection to everything. It's not just about gaining intellectual knowledge, but rather an intuitive sense of deeper truths, and a stronger sense of purpose in life. This shift often feels like a waking up to a greater reality or truth about who you are and what your life can be. What does expansion of consciousness look like? Sudden clarity of purpose. You may feel a sudden awareness of your life's purpose, which might have seemed unclear or elusive before. This could happen in the form of a deep inner knowing about what you are meant to do with your life, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal mission. For example, after years of pursuing a career that doesn't feel fulfilling, you might suddenly realize that you're meant to work in a field that aligns more with your passions or values. This shift often feels like a light bulb moment, a deep understanding that your life is meant to serve a higher purpose. Heightened intuition. As your consciousness expands, you might start to trust your intuition more. You may notice an increase in your ability to make decisions based on gut feelings or inner guidance rather than purely logical thinking. This is often referred to as being in flow, a state where things seem to align effortlessly because you are following the guidance of your higher self or inner wisdom. Deeper understanding of self. You might experience a deeper connection to your higher self or inner being. This expanded consciousness involves becoming aware of your true essence beyond your physical form or societal labels. You might feel more connected to your spiritual self, to nature, or to the universe as a whole. Seeing beyond the surface. You may start to perceive situations, people, and events on a deeper level. Rather than just seeing the surface or the material aspects of life, you start understanding the deeper meanings behind them. You might see the interconnectedness of all things and begin to understand how each person's actions can impact the whole. How does this expansion happen? Meditation and mindfulness. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and yoga are often used to foster an expanded state of consciousness. Through these practices, you learn to quiet the mind, allowing you to tap into deeper layers of your being. Experiencing life with a new perspective. As you evolve, your perception of life starts to shift. This can happen gradually or suddenly, often after a significant event or epiphany. For instance, a profound loss, a spiritual experience, or an intense period of self-reflection can prompt an expansion of consciousness, helping you see life from a new angle. Being open to new ideas. To expand your consciousness, you need to be open to new ideas and experiences. This can mean being open to spiritual practices, new philosophies, or even challenging your own beliefs. The more you expose yourself to new ways of thinking and experiencing life, the more your consciousness can grow. Real-life example of expansion of consciousness. Imagine you've spent most of your life following a conventional path, perhaps focused primarily on material success, work, and fitting into societal expectations. One day, after a period of personal reflection or maybe a life-changing event, such as a major health scare, a deep conversation with a mentor, or an introspective trip, you suddenly experience a shift in how you view the world. You begin to see beyond the material aspects of life, realizing that true fulfillment doesn't come from external accomplishments alone. You may feel a deep connection to the people around you, nature, or the universe itself. Your intuition becomes stronger, and you start making life decisions that feel more aligned with your inner truth, rather than external validation. This is an example of the expansion of consciousness, a shift in awareness that leads you to a more authentic, purpose-driven life. Both breaking through limiting beliefs and expanding consciousness are essential components of personal growth and transformation. A quantum jump often happens when you suddenly or gradually shift from a place of limitation or confusion to a new level of understanding and self-awareness. By recognizing and releasing limiting beliefs, and by opening yourself to a deeper level of consciousness, you can experience profound personal transformation that propels you toward your highest potential. Sudden insights or epiphanies. A quantum jump in personal awareness. A sudden insight or epiphany is one of the most powerful ways a quantum jump can manifest in your life. It's the moment when everything clicks into place, a shift in perspective that transforms your understanding of yourself, your life, or a particular situation. These moments of clarity often feel like a sudden burst of understanding that changes how you view the world and your role in it. They can come unexpectedly and might feel like the missing piece of a puzzle that's been elusive for a long time. Let's dive deeper into what a sudden insight or epiphany involves, how it happens, and what it can look like. What is a sudden insight or epiphany? An epiphany, or a sudden insight, is a moment of deep understanding that completely shifts your perspective or clarifies something that has been unclear. This shift often comes as an unexpected realization that has the power to alter your thought process, emotional state, or course of action. Aha. Moment. You may have been struggling with a problem, a decision, or an unclear feeling, and then out of nowhere, a solution or a clear understanding arises. It's often accompanied by a sense of relief, joy, or even awe, as if you've unlocked a mystery. Shift in awareness. This insight is not just a mental change, but also an emotional and often spiritual one. You see things differently, like you're suddenly operating on a higher plane of awareness, and the world or a particular situation is revealed to you in a new light. For example, understanding a relationship dynamic. You might realize that your repeated arguments with a partner aren't due to external circumstances but stem from miscommunication or unhealed wounds from the past. This realization can allow you to approach the relationship with new understanding and compassion. Career or life direction. Maybe you've been uncertain about your career path or purpose, but one day you experience a sudden clarity about what truly excites you or aligns with your values. This realization can shift your career trajectory or personal aspirations in a more aligned direction. How do sudden insights or epiphanies happen? These insights often occur when we least expect them, and they are typically triggered by various factors. Let's explore how they come about. Periods of reflection. When you spend time reflecting on your life, personal struggles, or unresolved issues, you open yourself up to receiving insights. Quiet moments of self-reflection, journaling, or meditation can invite sudden realizations. This could be after consciously working through a problem or simply when your mind is in a more open and relaxed state. Tension and struggle. Sometimes an insight is born from prolonged tension or difficulty. When you feel stuck or blocked, your mind is often trying to find a way forward. The frustration from being unable to see a solution can create a mental and emotional opening, allowing an insight to appear unexpectedly. It's like your brain has been working behind the scenes, and when the timing is right, everything falls into place. Learning and exposure to new ideas. Exposure to new perspectives. Ideas or information can trigger a shift in your thinking. This might happen when you read a book, hear a powerful piece of advice, or learn about someone else's experience. A new concept can suddenly click with what you've been experiencing, leading to an epiphany. Life experiences, major life events, such as personal challenges, milestones, or even random occurrences, can serve as triggers for sudden insights. For instance, a difficult breakup might lead to an epiphany about your emotional needs, or a health scare might push you to realize that you've been neglecting your well-being. What does a sudden insight or epiphany feel like? When a quantum jump occurs through a sudden insight, the experience can feel intensely powerful, almost like a revelation. Here's how it often feels. Clarity and relief. The confusion or uncertainty you felt before dissipates. You may feel an overwhelming sense of clarity, as if a veil has been lifted and you can see the truth clearly. There's often a deep sense of relief that you now understand something that previously seemed complicated or unclear. Emotional shift. Along with intellectual clarity, there's often an emotional transformation. You might feel a sense of peace, joy, or excitement. Conversely, the insight might bring a sense of sadness or grief, especially if it's related to realizing something painful, but it's a necessary step in your personal growth. Newfound energy. These moments of realization often come with a surge of energy or motivation. Once you see the truth or the next steps clearly, there's a renewed sense of drive to take action, pursue new goals, or make life changes. Sense of alignment. Often, you'll feel like you're aligning with your true self or higher purpose. There's a deep sense of connection to your authentic path. It's like all the pieces of your personal puzzle are now fitting together in a way that makes sense. For example, you might be at a crossroads in your career, unsure whether to stick with your current job or take a risk and switch industries. After years of confusion, you attend a workshop or have a conversation with someone that inspires you. Suddenly, you realize that your true passion lies in helping others, not in your current work. This epiphany creates a sense of excitement and clarity. You now know what you need to do next, and the future seems more certain and full of possibilities. How to recognize and maximize. Sudden insights. When these moments of clarity happen, it's important to recognize them for what they are and take action to maximize their potential. Here are some ways to do that. Embrace the moment. When an insight or epiphany occurs, don't brush it aside. Acknowledge it as a significant moment. Feel the shift in your energy and take note of the insight. It may not always come with all the details or answers, but the clarity itself is powerful. Take action. Insights are only as valuable as the actions you take afterward. A quantum jump often requires you to act on the realization. Whether it's a new direction in your career, a change in relationships, or a fresh way of thinking about life. The energy of the insight is meant to propel you forward, so don't let it fade away without following through. Reflect and journal. Writing down your insights can help you deepen your understanding and integrate them into your daily life. Journaling allows you to process the epiphany and discover more layers to it. What does it mean for you? How can you use it to improve your life or decisions? Trust the process. These moments of sudden clarity often come when you're in the right place mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Trust that the insights are part of your personal evolution, and even if they don't make complete sense at first, they are guiding you toward a better version of yourself. Real-life example of sudden insight or epiphany. Imagine you've been in a long-term relationship, but for months, something has felt off. You can't put your finger on it, but you know that something needs to change. After much emotional turmoil and reflection, you have an unexpected epiphany. You realize that the issue isn't with your partner, but with your own lack of self-love and the need for personal growth. This sudden realization changes everything. You understand that you've been relying on your partner for validation and not nurturing yourself enough. The epiphany brings a deep sense of clarity, and you now know the next steps. To focus on your personal healing, set boundaries, and start taking care of your own emotional needs. This epiphany shifts your entire approach to the relationship and your life. You're no longer stuck, and you move forward with a clearer understanding of what you need. Sudden insights or epiphanies are powerful markers of a quantum jump in your life. They often come when you least expect them and can dramatically alter your perspective, purpose, and path. These moments are opportunities for deep personal growth and transformation, as they provide clarity, open up new possibilities, and give you the energy to take bold action. Recognizing and acting on these moments can help you step into a new level of awareness and take your life in an entirely new direction. Major life shifts. Quantum jump in action. A quantum jump can often involve significant changes in various aspects of your life, especially when it comes to career, relationships, and geographical environmental shifts. These changes can happen suddenly and unexpectedly, but they tend to align with a deeper sense of purpose or the evolution of who you are becoming. When these shifts occur, they're usually linked to a period of profound transformation and growth, often marking a major chapter in your personal journey. Let's break down each of these life shifts in detail to understand how they manifest during a quantum jump. Career change. A shift in professional life. A career change is one of the most noticeable quantum jumps in your life. It involves a significant shift in your professional direction, often a decision to leave behind a field, industry, or job that no longer serves you or fulfills your purpose. and pivot towards something that aligns more closely with your passions, values, and long-term vision. How career shifts happen, unexpected opportunities. Sometimes, career changes happen when an unexpected opportunity arises. This might be an offer for a new position, a business proposal, or an invitation to collaborate on a project that excites you. While these opportunities might seem sudden, they often feel like they've been waiting for you, and they come at a moment when you're ready for the change. Internal realization. Other times, a career change is the result of an internal realization. The moment you recognize that your current job no longer aligns with who you are or what you want to contribute to the world. This might happen gradually, or it could come as a sudden epiphany. You may feel unfulfilled, frustrated, or burnt out in your current job, which pushes you to explore new career options. Burnout or discontent. If you've been stuck in a job that feels draining or misaligned with your true desires, a quantum jump could be triggered by the need for change. A deep sense of dissatisfaction or burnout could push you toward a new career path that feels more meaningful and in alignment with your authentic self. Aligning with your passion or purpose. The key to a quantum jump career shift is that the new career path often feels aligned with your deeper purpose. You may suddenly find yourself drawn to work that excites you, challenges you, and allows you to grow in ways your old job never did. Real-life example of a career change. Imagine you've been working as a lawyer for several years, but something feels off. You feel disconnected from the work and your passion for the field has waned. After attending a career development workshop or talking to someone who inspires you, you realize that your true passion lies in environmental advocacy. The realization hits you hard. You want to use your legal skills to help protect the planet. After months of thinking it over, you make the bold decision to leave your law practice and shift to a career in environmental law or nonprofit work focused on climate change. This shift may seem sudden, but it feels like a natural progression once you tune into your authentic self. It's a quantum jump because it's a dramatic, life-altering shift that aligns with your higher purpose and desires. New relationships or connections. Transformation. Through people, quantum jumps often involve new relationships or connections that can take your life in unexpected directions. Relationships, whether romantic, professional, or social, can serve as catalysts for profound personal transformation. These connections can challenge your thinking, push you to grow, or even help you discover new facets of yourself. How new relationships trigger quantum jumps. Meeting a mentor or guide. A quantum jump might occur when you meet someone who becomes a mentor or a guide in your life. This person might encourage you to see your potential in ways you never did before, or provide valuable advice that shifts your entire perspective. These relationships are often formative and can lead you to make major life changes. Challenging your current beliefs. New relationships can also challenge your existing beliefs and push you to expand your thinking. You may meet someone who has a completely different worldview, and through conversations with them, you begin to question your old ideas or assumptions. This expansion of your mental and emotional boundaries can lead to profound personal growth and a shift in your life's direction. Support and encouragement. Sometimes, a quantum jump in relationships happens when you meet someone who encourages your growth. They may see your strengths and potential when you can't see them yourself. Their belief in you gives you the confidence to take bold steps in your life that you wouldn't have considered before. Romantic relationships. In romantic relationships, a quantum jump can happen when you meet someone who fundamentally alters your emotional or spiritual life. This relationship might help you heal old wounds, deepen your self-love, or prompt you to step into a more authentic version of yourself. Such relationships often serve as catalysts for personal transformation. Real-life example of a new relationship or connection. Imagine you've been in a stagnant phase of your life, feeling disconnected from your true passions. Then, you meet someone at a networking event or in a social setting. This person shares a similar vision for life and introduces you to new ideas about entrepreneurship, creativity, or spirituality. Their insights inspire you to rethink your own potential, and you decide to pursue a path that you had previously dismissed. As this relationship grows, you begin to shift your mindset, and your life starts to change. You're motivated to take bold risks, step into new opportunities, and develop your talents in ways that feel deeply aligned with your authentic self. Geographical or environmental shifts, changing your physical space. Geographical or environmental shift can also be a powerful quantum jump. These shifts can involve moving to a new city, country, or even a new home that allows you to grow in ways that would have been impossible in your previous environment. How geographical shifts can spark quantum jumps. A new environment sparks new growth. Sometimes, a change of scenery or environment can trigger a quantum jump. Moving to a new place can expand your horizons, exposing you to new cultures, perspectives, and opportunities. You may find that you grow in ways you never anticipated because the new environment challenges you in unique ways. Personal or family life changes. A major life event, such as a breakup, the birth of a child, or the need to care for a loved one, can prompt you to reevaluate where you live and how you want to live. This reevaluation can lead to a geographic shift, such as relocating to a more peaceful or fulfilling environment, a desire for change or freedom. Sometimes, a geographical shift comes from a deep desire for change or freedom. You may feel like the place where you live no longer serves your personal growth, or you may simply have a strong pull to live in a new location. The move may involve following a job opportunity, seeking a new lifestyle, or simply pursuing a fresh start. Escaping toxic environments. A geographical shift might also be triggered by a need to escape a toxic or limiting environment. Whether it's a difficult work situation, an unhealthy relationship, or an emotionally draining social circle, moving away from these negative environments can provide the emotional space you need to grow and thrive. Real-life example of a geographical shift. Imagine you've been living in a crowded, fast-paced city where your career and life feel stuck in a rut. You've always dreamt of living by the ocean but have never taken the plunge. After a few months of self-reflection, you realize that you need a change, both for your mental well-being and your personal growth. You decide to move to a quieter coastal town, where you can slow down, focus on creativity, and reconnect with nature. This geographical shift isn't just a physical move. It's a profound change in your lifestyle and mindset. The new environment provides a fresh start and the space you need to cultivate the next phase of your personal evolution. Major life shifts as quantum jumps. Each of these major life shifts, whether in your career, relationships, or physical environment, represents a quantum jump in your life. They often occur when you're ready to step into a new version of yourself. These shifts may seem sudden or unexpected, but they align with your deeper purpose and growth. A quantum jump through major life changes often leads to greater fulfillment, self-discovery, and alignment with who you truly are. Whether you're changing careers, meeting transformative people, or moving to a new place, these shifts serve as stepping stones to your next phase of evolution. Heightened intuition and spiritual awareness. Key aspects of a quantum jump. When undergoing a quantum jump, many people experience significant shifts in their intuition and spiritual awareness. These changes are often profound and lead to a deeper connection with yourself, your inner wisdom, and the world around you. Let's dive into these two areas and explore how they manifest during a quantum jump. A sudden or growing awareness of inner wisdom, intuition, refers to the ability to understand or know something instinctively, without the need for conscious reasoning. It's often described as a gut feeling or a sixth sense, an inner knowing that guides your decisions, perceptions, and actions. During a quantum jump, many people report a sudden or heightened sense of intuition. where they begin to perceive things more clearly and instinctively. How intuition grows. During a quantum jump. Increased sensitivity to energy. As you experience a quantum jump, your sensitivity to both your own energy and the energy of others often increases. You begin to sense the underlying emotional or energetic tones in situations, people, and environments. You might feel like you just know things that you can't logically explain. Recognizing opportunities more clearly. One of the most common ways heightened intuition shows up is by giving you a clearer sense of what opportunities are right for you. It becomes easier to discern when to take a risk, when to let go, and when to pursue something with all your energy. This intuitive ability allows you to recognize opportunities that align with your purpose or desires, even if they don't look like the typical path. Understanding what feels right. With heightened intuition, you begin to trust your inner guidance more. For example, you might feel pulled in a certain direction, whether that's a career move, a relationship choice, or a lifestyle change. Even though it might seem unconventional or risky, your intuition urges you forward, giving you confidence to trust the process. Decision-making becomes easier. As your intuition heightens, you start making decisions faster and with greater confidence. You no longer overthink situations or second-guess yourself. You intuitively understand the next steps you need to take, and the path forward becomes clearer without needing to rationalize every detail. Real-life example of heightened intuition. Imagine you've been feeling uncertain about a relationship that's been a source of stress for some time. You've been contemplating whether to stay or move on, but the decision feels overwhelming. One day, without overanalyzing, you have a sudden clarity. You simply know that it's time to let go. You feel a deep sense of peace as you make the decision, knowing intuitively that this is the right choice, even if it doesn't make sense to others. This moment is an example of heightened intuition, where you trust your inner knowing and feel confident in your decision. Energy shifts, a surge of vitality and connection, along with heightened intuition. A quantum jump often leads to significant energy shifts. These shifts can manifest physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The energy you experience can feel like a surge of vitality, a feeling of being in the flow, or a deeper connection to your inner self or the universe. How energy shifts manifest. During a quantum jump. Physical energy surge. During a quantum jump, you may experience a burst of vitality. This could feel like a renewed sense of strength, a decrease in fatigue, or an increase in physical stamina. You might notice that you feel more alive, energized, and ready to take on challenges with more enthusiasm than before. Physical activities that once felt draining may now feel easier or more enjoyable. Emotional energy shifts. Emotionally, you may feel more balanced, grounded, and aligned. Your emotional energy might stabilize, and you feel less subject to mood swings or stress. This could also involve a release of old emotional baggage, leaving you feeling lighter, more peaceful, and more present. You begin to react to life's challenges with greater emotional clarity and resilience. Spiritual energy awareness. Spiritually, energy shifts might feel like a deeper connection to your higher self or to a higher power, whether that's the universe, God, or your inner consciousness. You may feel more attuned to the energy around you and even experience moments of synchronicity where everything seems to fall into place. The world around you might feel more vibrant, alive, and interconnected. Flow state. One of the most notable aspects of an energy shift during a quantum jump is entering a flow state. This is the feeling of being in perfect alignment with what you're doing, where time seems to disappear and everything feels effortless. In a flow state, you're fully present and your actions feel purposeful. It's as if your energy and the universe are working in harmony to bring about your desires. Real-life example of energy shifts. Imagine you've been going through a difficult period of self-doubt, burnout, or emotional stress. After a period of deep reflection or inner work, You experience a sudden energy shift. You wake up one morning feeling lighter, more energized, and ready to take on the day with a new sense of clarity. Tasks that used to feel overwhelming now seem manageable, and you're excited about pursuing your goals. You feel in sync with your surroundings, and your intuition guides you more effortlessly than ever before. You may also notice that your emotional state has become more stable. Situations that used to trigger frustration or sadness no longer have the same emotional charge. Instead, you approach challenges with greater peace and resilience. This is a clear sign of an energy shift where you're in tune with your inner self and the energy of the universe. Spiritual awareness. A deeper connection to the universe along with heightened intuition and energy shifts. A quantum jump often brings spiritual awareness, a deeper sense of connection to the universe, to the people around you, and to your higher self. This aspect of a quantum jump is less about intellectual understanding and more about experiencing the interconnectedness of all things. How spiritual awareness increases. During a quantum jump, inner peace and trust. As your spiritual awareness heightens, you may experience greater inner peace. This peace comes from a deep trust in the flow of life. You no longer feel the need to control every aspect of your existence. Instead, you surrender to the natural flow of events, knowing that everything is happening for your growth and well-being. This trust leads to a sense of security and calmness, no matter the external circumstances. Sense of purpose and meaning. Spiritual awareness often brings a sense of purpose or meaning to your life. You begin to feel aligned with a higher calling or mission. Even the most mundane tasks might take on a deeper significance as you recognize that everything is part of your spiritual journey. Synchronicity and signs from the universe. As your spiritual awareness grows, you may begin to notice more synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that feel like signs from the universe or your higher self. You might find that the right opportunities, people or insights appear at the right time, making you feel guided and supported by a higher force. Real-life example of spiritual awareness. Imagine that after years of feeling disconnected or lost, you begin to experience a shift in spiritual awareness. You might start noticing signs or synchronicities in your daily life, like thinking about a person you haven't seen in years, only to bump into them later that day, or receiving guidance that aligns perfectly with your needs. These occurrences make you feel connected to something larger than yourself, as if the universe is gently guiding you toward the next steps of your journey. You may also begin practicing mindfulness or meditation and feel a deep sense of inner peace that you've never felt before. Your connection to your higher self strengthens, and you begin to see everything in your life, even challenges, as part of your greater spiritual path. Intuition, energy shifts, and spiritual awareness as keys to quantum jumps. Heightened intuition, energy shifts, and spiritual awareness are integral components of a quantum jump. These experiences often happen simultaneously, leading to a profound transformation in how you perceive yourself and the world around you. As your intuition becomes more refined, your ability to make confident, aligned decisions increases. Meanwhile, the energy shifts bring a sense of vitality and flow to your life. While your spiritual awareness fosters a deep connection to the universe and your higher self. These shifts create an empowered and holistic transformation, helping you navigate life with a sense of purpose, inner peace, and guidance that wasn't available to you before. As you experience these quantum jumps, you tap into a deeper well of wisdom and energy, helping you manifest your desires and move forward with greater confidence and clarity. Feeling of being on the edge of something big. Anticipation and inner preparation. When a quantum jump is approaching, many people experience a strong sense of anticipation, often described as feeling like something significant is about to happen. This anticipation can be both exciting and unsettling because, while you can sense that a transformation is coming, you may not yet know what that transformation will look like. It's a time of heightened energy, inner preparation, and the instinctive feeling that your life is about to take a profound turn. Let's dive deeper into the two major aspects of this feeling: anticipation of change and inner preparation. Anticipation of change. The gut feeling that something big is coming when far. You are about to experience a quantum jump. The anticipation of change is often one of the most noticeable indicators. This feeling is akin to being at the edge of a precipice, aware that something significant is about to shift but not knowing exactly what that shift will entail. Here's how this sense of anticipation manifests. How anticipation feels. Excitement mixed with uncertainty. You might feel an intense excitement mixed with a bit of nervousness or uncertainty. There's a sense that something big is on the horizon, but there's no clear understanding of exactly what it will be. This can create a feeling of exhilaration, like you're on the verge of discovering something new about yourself or your life. A sense of readiness. Even though you might not know the exact details, there's a deep sense of readiness within you. It's like the universe is preparing you for a new phase, and you instinctively know that change is coming. Whether it's a career shift, a major decision, or a shift in your personal life. Heightened awareness. Your senses become sharper, and you start noticing patterns, synchronicities, or signs that seem to point toward a future shift. You might encounter people or situations that feel familiar but new, or you may start feeling like certain opportunities are aligning in a way that wasn't possible before. A sense of possibility. This feeling often brings with it a renewed sense of possibility. There's an overwhelming sense that new opportunities are available to you. Doors that were once closed now seem wide open, and the world feels full of potential. It's as if you can feel the energy of the future, knowing that it's about to unfold in front of you. Real-life example of anticipation of change. Imagine you've been in a job for years, and while it's stable, something about it no longer excites you. Recently, you've started feeling a strange hunger for change, a desire for something more fulfilling. You can't quite put your finger on what it is, but you feel like you're at a turning point. You start meeting people who inspire you in new ways, and opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, making you think something big is about to happen. While you're unsure if this means a career shift, a move to a new city, or even a new relationship, there's a deep knowing that your life is about to take a new direction. This gut feeling is the key indicator of a quantum jump. You're on the edge of something transformative, even if you can't articulate exactly what it is. Inner preparation. Aligning with the change alongside. The anticipation. You may also feel a deep sense of inner preparation, mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is a subtle process where you begin to intuitively align yourself with the upcoming transformation, even if you aren't entirely sure what's coming. It's like preparing for something important without knowing exactly what it will be. How inner preparation feels. Mental shifts. You may start to mentally prepare for the future by clearing away distractions or letting go of old thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. It's common to feel a shift in mindset, where your focus changes from what's been holding you back to what lies ahead. You might find yourself more open-minded, more willing to embrace new ideas, or more curious about potential opportunities. Emotional readiness. On an emotional level, you might feel a sense of release. Old emotional baggage that once felt heavy may begin to fade away. This can manifest as a desire to let go of the past or certain attachments, such as unhealthy relationships or limiting emotional patterns. You may also feel a heightened sense of hope and optimism, preparing emotionally for what's to come, even though you aren't sure of the exact form it will take. Physical shifts. Your body can also begin to show signs of preparation. For instance, you might feel an increase in energy or a burst of vitality, indicating that you're gearing up for a new chapter. At the same time, you may also experience physical shifts, like sleep disturbances, bursts of creativity, or even physical restlessness, signaling that your system is preparing for change. Aligning actions with the feeling. As this preparation continues, you might notice that your actions begin to align with the feeling that something is about to happen. You might start making decisions more quickly, feeling guided to take steps toward a future that feels increasingly clear. These steps may be small, like starting a new project, applying for a new job, or changing your daily routines. But they're significant because they reflect your subconscious readiness for change. Real-life example of inner preparation. After months of feeling stuck in your current job, you wake up one day with a sudden urge to update your resume. At first, it seems like an odd thing to do as you haven't been looking for a new job. But something inside you feels like it's time to start preparing for change. Over the next few weeks, you find yourself networking more, reading career development books, and engaging in conversations with people who inspire you. You're not actively looking for a new job yet, but you're making these moves instinctively, aligning yourself with the future transformation that you know is coming. At the same time, you start letting go of limiting beliefs about your career and your capabilities. You feel emotionally ready to step into a new role, and this sense of inner preparation, coupled with the feeling of anticipation, propels you forward. Eventually, an opportunity emerges that feels like a perfect fit, and you realize that all the mental, emotional, and physical shifts you've made have been part of preparing you for this moment. Why both anticipation and inner preparation matter. Both the anticipation of change and inner preparation are crucial because they create a sense of alignment with the future. While anticipation brings excitement and a feeling of possibility, inner preparation helps you to be mentally, emotionally, and physically ready for what's to come. Together, these elements create a powerful foundation for a quantum jump, where you're not only sensing that change is imminent, but also actively aligning yourself to embrace it. When you experience both of these feelings, you're in a state of readiness for a transformation that will take you to the next level of personal growth, fulfillment, and purpose. It's a sign that you're about to step into a new version of yourself, and everything within you, your mind, body, and spirit, is preparing for that leap. Conclusion. Embracing the edge of something big. When you feel like you're on the edge of something big, it's a powerful sign that a quantum jump is near. The anticipation of change paired with inner preparation creates a sense of readiness for the new phase of life that's about to unfold. Even if you don't yet know exactly what the future holds, trust that you are preparing for a transformation that will move you closer to your highest potential. Embrace this feeling of excitement and uncertainty, knowing that you're on the brink of something profound. Shifting from old to new. A quantum jump often involves the release of old, outdated versions of yourself. You may leave behind habits, fears, or ways of thinking that no longer serve you. The shift can be unsettling as it feels like stepping into the unknown, but it also brings about a stronger, more authentic version of yourself. You may also experience the shedding of toxic relationships, environments, or situations that have kept you stuck. How to recognize and navigate a quantum jump. If you feel that a quantum jump is happening in your life, you might notice some of the following signs. Feeling stuck or restless, but also sensing that a change is coming. Increased synchronicity. You start noticing coincidences or lucky breaks more often. Experiencing a loss of interest in old habits or relationships that once held value to you. A sudden shift in priorities or desires. What you once wanted might seem trivial or unimportant, and new aspirations take center stage. A desire to let go of the old self. You may begin to feel like a new version of yourself is emerging, which is exciting but also a bit unsettling. How to harness a quantum jump. Stay open and receptive. Be open to unexpected changes and trust the process. Allow yourself to embrace the unknown, even if it feels uncomfortable. Embrace change. Change, even if it feels difficult, can be the gateway to something better. Embrace it rather than resist it. Trust your intuition. Listen to your inner voice. Quantum jumps often come with a heightened sense of intuition. Pay attention to what feels right and follow that guidance. Focus on your growth. Use this time to focus on your personal growth and transformation. Let go of limiting beliefs and focus on what excites and energizes you. In essence, a quantum jump is a profound, often transformative shift that can happen in multiple areas of your life. Whether it's a shift in consciousness, a change in your external circumstances, or an increase in your intuition, it signifies an important moment of growth. The key to experiencing and benefiting from a quantum jump is to remain open, trusting the process, and allowing the new version of yourself to emerge naturally.